live stream. This is Crypto and Poker. I got a couple of the homies showing up. If you guys are early, do me a favor, repost the space, hit some friends in the comment. I'm sending a link out right now. We're gonna have two intro songs here. Then we're gonna get right to it. Stream some poker, talk some crypto. It's gonna be a good one. But give me 2 seconds here. I'm getting my screen share up. You know I like to bring it in with that Nipsey hustle. But here we go. We got this nip to kick it off today. There we go. There we go. Repost the space, everybody.
Yeah. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Yeah. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had to pray to Almighty God, they let my dog out the kennel. When you get it straight up by the mud, you can't imagine this shit. I've been pulling up in the drop tops with the baddest bitches. Young nigga been focused on my check. Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck. Trying to put the water on my potato. I got killers to the left of me.
We was lurking on her. Ain't show no mercy on her. We was going back to back. We put a curfew on her. It was dark clouds on us, but that was perfect for us. We know you always crash and burn, but it was working for us. Let my tent to B12, double check the details. Gotta cross my T's and dot my I's or I can't sleep well. Millions off of retail. Once again, I prevail. Knew that shit was over from the day I dropped my pre-sale. Hold up, let the beat build. See me in the street still. I've been fighting battles up a steep hill. They gave my road dog 12, it was a sweet deal. And I've been riding solo trying to rebuild. Look.
I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had to pray to Almighty God, they let my dog out the kennel. When you get it straight up by the mud, you can't imagine this shit. I've been pulling up in the drop tops with the baddest bitches. Young nigga been focused on my check. Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck. Trying to put the water on my potato. I got killers to the left of me.
Look, under no condition would you ever catch me slipping. Motorcaded shooters plus the Maybach chauffeur driven. If they catch me with it, don't send me off to prison. Judge ain't sympathizing, court don't show forgiveness. Engine in the Lambo drowning out the music. Sip Dior with the flowers, 5 gold Cubans. Champagne while I shop, hope I splurge foolish. Closing escrow twice this month, both commercial units. Damn, I wish my nigga Fast was here. How you died 30-something after banging all them years? Grammy nominated, in the sign of shedding tears. All this money, power, fame, and I can't make you reappear. But I'll wipe them though. We just embrace the only life we know. If it was me, I'd tell you, nigga, live your life and grow. I tell you, finish what we started, reach them heights, you know. And gas the V12 to the pipe and smoke.
I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had to pray to Almighty God, they let my dog out the kennel. When you get it straight up by the mud, you can't imagine this shit. I've been pulling up in the drop tops with the baddest bitches. Young nigga been focused on my check. Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck. Trying to put the water on my potato. I got killers to the left of me.
Another $1 million bill, that's just some regular shit. See my granny on the jet, some shit I never forget. Next day we flew to Vegas with my
can do besides Bitcoin because it's not about
music. Invest, enterprise, take lucrative steps. Cold game, but I knew it was chess. As a youth in the set, learn the game, you a student at best. But it's a couple things you can expect. Look, just like money, no money, niggas shooters respect. Other shooters, we was both throwing my crew on your neck. I'm on the freeway in the drop, it got me losing my breath. I do the dash with the blues on the deck.
What's up, guys? We got one more song going. Who's got 5 on it, baby? It's that old school. I got 5 on it. Man, we want to fire up right now.
See, I'm
Whatever, guys, repost the space. Thank you to Poker for reposting the space. Power in this space. I'll hype for today. We're gonna stream some poker and talk a little bit of crypto here and look at a few projects.
Give me some brew and I might just chill, but I'm the type that like to light another joint like Cypress Hill. I still do be spit loogies when I puff on it. I got some bucks on it, but it ain't enough on it. Go get the STIDES. Nevertheless, I'm hella fresh, rolling joints like a cigarette. So fast across the table like ping pong. I'm gone, beating my chest like King Kong. It's on, wrap my lips around the 40. And when it comes to getting another stogie, fools all kick in like Shinobi. Only ain't my homie to begin with. It's too many heads to be. Probably let my friend hit bit. Unless you pull out the fat crispy $5 bill on the real before it's history. Cause fools be having them vacuum lungs. And if you let them hit it for free, you hella dumb. I come to school with a Taylor on my earlobe. Avoiding all the click teasers, skeezers, and weirdos. Got me throwing off the land like where the bomb at. Give me $2, you take a puff and pass my bomb back. Suck up the dank like a Slurpee. The serious bomb will make a nigga go delirious like Eddie Murphy. I got more growing pains than Maggie. Cause homies snagged me to take the dank out of the bag. I'm on it, got it, grab your phone, let's get keys. I got 5 on it, messing with that ain't no weed. I got 5 on it, it's got me stuck and I'm so back. I got 5 on it, let's go have fun aside. I take sacks to the face whenever I can, don't need no crutch. I'm so keyed up till the joint be burning my hand. Next time I roll it in a hamper to burn slow, so the ashes won't be burning in my hand, bruh. Hoogies get hit, but they know they got a pitch and bent. I roll a joint that's longer than your extension. Cause I'll be damned if you get high off me for free. Hell no, you better bring your own slip cheek. What's up, don't babysit that? Better pass the joint. Stop hitting cause you know you got asthma. Crack the 40 open, homie, and guzzle it. Cause I know the weed in my system is getting lonely. I gotta take a whiz test to my P.O. I know I feel cause I done smoked major weed, bro. And every time we with Chris, that fool rolling up a fatty. But the Tangeray straight had me. Let's get keys. I got 5 on it. Messing with that ain't no weed. I got 5 on it. It's got me stuck and I'm so bad. I got 5 on it. Let's go have fun aside. Hey, make this right, man. Stop at the light, man. My yesterday thing got me hung off the night train. You fade, I fake, so let's head to the east. Hit the stroll to 9-0 so we can roll big hot sheets. I wish I could fade the 8, but I'm no budget. Still rolling the 2, don't cut the same old bucket. Foggy window, soggy endo. I'm in the land getting smoke with my kid. Up in smoke, yuck, I spray you, lay it down. Up in the OAK, the town. Homies don't play around, we down there blaze a pound. Then ease up, speed up through the ESO, drink the VSOP up with the lemon squeeze up. And everybody's roller, I'm the roller. That's quick to fold a blunt out of a bunch of sticky doja. Hold up, suck up my weed, it's all you need, kicking feet. Cause we're IBs, we need to have like a foo-foo. Let's get keys. I got 5 on it. Messing with that ain't no weed. I got 5 on it. It's got me stuck and I'm so bad. I got 5 on it. Let's go have fun aside.
What's up, guys? What's up? As much as that next song is fire too. Everything Nip spits was fire, man. I didn't get into Nipsey Hussle until after he had got killed. What's good, Tempo? But man, I would have let another one roll there if we didn't have some business to get down to here. We're here to talk some crypto, stream a little bit of poker, get into it, guys. This is Crypto and Poker. I'm here every Monday through Friday at 12. I'm not 12 p.m. At 4 p.m. Eastern is when we fire this up. We do a little bit of everything in here. Sometimes we stream some poker while we talk crypto. Sometimes we live trade some charts while we talk crypto and look at profit projects. Sometimes we just get on here and vibe. Sometimes we just play poker, and it is what it is. But this episode is actually powered by Poker X Token on X, and they're a project I'm doing some advisory and consulting for. I'm super bullish on them. They got some cool stuff cooking. The dev's gonna be on here in a little bit to give us a rundown. I'm gonna stream some poker and get into it with a few of the homies that are here. I know a few more homies should be showing up, but if you guys are early, do us a favor, repost this, hit the comments, say what's up. You know, we bring on some cool projects and some good people who have a lot of knowledge, and they just want a little bit of exposure. So how you guys can give them that little bit of exposure is by reposting the space. So I'm going to get to the poker stream. Oh, we got some topics for the day too. You know, we'll talk about while I play some poker, and then we'll look at the homies projects that we got around today too, and all that good stuff. But let me get these topics up here, baby. I don't want to skip any, so I'm gonna get my notepad up here. Sorry, guys, I'm unprepared with the topics. I'm normally the topics guy. No, so September is historically bad for crypto. You normally see some big sell-offs in September. I'm wondering, are you guys expecting anything different this time around? You know, it could be different. I'm hearing people hoping rate cuts are coming. I don't know what we're getting, but I'm curious what you guys think. The next thing I wanted to talk about is I've mentioned it on here before, but the Solana, the Solana daily active users is plummeting, and it doesn't show to be showing to find a bottom. So I'm wondering, how do you guys think this is going to impact the system? If you're active in the trenches, what are you noticing when it comes to this in the ecosystem? Is there anything that you guys are seeing related to this in the ecosystem? Finally, there's a South Korean man. He is accused of laundering 50 million from Bitcoin into gold. Are real world assets the new black market currency? Oh man, this is interesting to me, right? It always used to be cryptos for criminals. Now crypto's too easy to track, and the criminals are going back to gold. We had it right all along. Who would have guessed it? But guys, those are the topics. I wanna check in, say what's up to everybody that's here, see how they are, see how they're doing with everything in the market, how we're feeling. You know, see if everybody survived this sell off. But Timbo, how you doing, homie? How's your week going so far, and how you feeling about the market? You crushing out any trades?
Oh, bro, I'm feeling good, dog. Woke up in a good mood this morning. Got some good news on my end, and what's it called? Yeah, bro. Yesterday caught a short live on Space. Literally called it, and we did it the day before that too. Anytime it's at 210, 212, you know where my button's hitting. Short. Um, Hit that, and then today I haven't really made a trade today. I've just been watching it. Solana, when it consolidates like this, I don't know the levels good enough for me to want to get my fingers wet. So until it does or does something or gives me something to react to, I'm kind of just sitting on my hands right now. I'm more of a short term like scalper when it comes to longs and shorts on Solana. I don't rarely ever leave a trade open for more than 10, 12 hours. But yeah, man, when you said September, usually being bearish for crypto, and if this is going to be any different, I feel like it's going to be a little bit different because I'm involved. No, I'm just kidding. I think our friend
This
group
man
is.
came to save the market.
Hey, bro, our friend group, dude, we're trying to save the trenches, dog. And while we're doing it, CoinCatch has got our foot officially out of the trenches while we still dabble with the degen stuff. So it's all good stuff, man. And honestly, I wanted to see your take on Sol and kind of the market today and what we're feeling. Because sometimes it just moves. Sometimes Bitcoin whales sell. We got freaking BlackRock selling $190 million worth of Bitcoin right now. Like, what's going on, bro? Is this it? Is this what's going to happen? And all these people are going to be like, oh my God, if a whale sells, they're going to crash it. I've got to crash it before they do. Like, what? Where are we at? What are we doing? I don't know.
I don't know either. No, you make some good points there. And I think that has always scared people about Bitcoin, just because but I think what's scary is the unknown of not really knowing who the whales are, what they're moving, no regulations on about how they can move. In reality, it's always been like that to where whales could just crash something. But we've always just known them as the seed investors or the CEO that had stock options, right? So it's that's really where I think it's at. I don't think this is any different. I think people are going to overreact like people always do, but I think the long-term picture still remains the same.
Yeah, bro. Hey, sorry, I was trying to find the mute button and my wife was talking to me. It's a good take, bro. That's why I tune in and try to get as like, if you're not using the tools that are at your disposal when it comes to our friend group and network, and I say that respectfully, like Trade Talk, we just listened to it this morning, and it gives us something. Friday, we leave that, have live stream with you, and then we bump into each other all weekend talking about the market. Bro, honestly, just listening to y'all talk about TA and um, overall just speaking about the market gave me the confidence needed to take my first trade when it came to perps because I hadn't done so yet. I'm not. If I don't understand something, I'm not just gonna throw money at it. I'm special and I'm a DJ, but I'm not crazy. So when it came to time to like plug in and stuff, bro, the confidence with like I think that's a key part of trading too that not a lot of people speak about very often. If you're not confident in what you're doing, especially or even if you don't really know what you're doing, as long as you have a plan, I feel like, and you stick to it, that's where you'll see success. But I've just been soaking it all up from y'all, bro.
Oh man, it's good to hear you're using us as a resource, and I can see you advancing in real time. So I'm super proud of you, man. I love seeing all the homies winning. Speaking of winning, we are in this tournament. Coin Poker has some action on me. We'll talk about Coin Poker, but they stake players, fire the winnings of the chart. But there's 87 players left and 76 players are paid. So we're 11 from the money here, baby. Let's check in with the homie Brad. Brad, what's good, man? How you doing? How you feeling about the market? What do you think about the current state of things in the market?
I'm doing good, guys, man. I'm just out here just loafing around another day. Trying to catch these nickels off these bread sales right now. The market's good on that because everybody's poor, baby. The market conditions are bad. Bread sales are up. Everything's looking good. They ain't eating no steak today. That's what I'm saying. But no, man. I'm gonna share some bearish sentiment right here. Like I really think that it's we're down. We're gonna go for that other leg down, and then going to skyrocket up one more time. And it's just what I've been thinking we're going to see for a while. Now, in terms of leverage trading, your boy's not doing that because guess why? If I go ahead and I open up a short right then, even if I'm looking at everything and everything looks exactly right, the moment I hit them dollars into that freaking position right there, I'm going to get liquidated. It's just going to happen. It's just what's going to happen. It's the way the cards are.
I text the market makers and I'm like, bread's in. Liquidate
it. Liquidate them. Put the money in. He shorted. Go ahead, pump it, baby, and then it's gonna pump up right past my liquidation point, just enough to liquidate me, and then drop down below to where I would have made hella money. I think that's just how it's gonna go. I'm destined to work really hard. And that's just how my path has to be, guys. I don't think the cards are gonna be easy for the old bread. You just got to keep on rolling until eventually we roll into some dough. And that's just what it is. But I'm glad to see everybody's doing well. Our projects are doing well. Everybody's projects seem to be sticking around a pretty nice floor. To be honest, most everybody in our little group. So it's been good to see. I've been a little bit less active in the spaces, so I do apologize for that. I've had I was talking this morning. We've had our regional area guys in now, so they just have them like watching everybody's stuff like just so freaking close, So you gotta watch out, man, because they'll catch you on like just one day. Somebody will come in, they'll buy a whole bunch of stuff. You'll be out of a little bit of bread, and then if you're out of too much bread, then the business is dead. Because they'll confiscate them bad boys. So
the regional managers ain't playing, huh?
Oh no, son, no. Like when the stock prices start going down, they start firing all the managers, bro. Like I don't know what they think, dude. They're like let's go ahead. So their answer to the stock prices going down was to go ahead. They're like, we're gonna make a bunch of small 12-ounce loaves, and that's gonna save the bread business. So they put out these little Nature's Own little tiny mini loaves that are like 12 ounces. For reference, a normal loaf is 20, usually. But they're like, oh, we're gonna do this. They come 15 to a tray, and they're like, all right, we're also gonna shorten the date on them all too. By the way, we're gonna lower the date, how long they last, because that's gonna keep them fresher. And I'm like, dude, y'all are like, you got a bunch of retards up in corporate that are just making these terrible decisions. They're making Cracker Barrel like level decisions, bro. Like, did y'all see that? They took the cracker out the
Cracker
barrel,
Barrel is
baby.
hilarious with the new logo.
Yeah, dude, they took the cracker out the barrel, man. You can't take the cracker out the barrel. That's the lore there. That's the whole restaurant.
Well,
If
dude,
you're going to eat there, go ahead.
their CEO got on we got Cree joining. What's up, Cree? But their CEO got on some news channel and was like, well, we're happy with it. We've actually been getting great feedback. There's just a loud there's a vocal minority, and it's like, and she's like, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend and start making an effort to hire off racially and ethnic backgrounds. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like when I come to to Cracker Barrel, I come there because I want a white person that smokes meth to make my food. When I go to have sushi, I don't want a white person touching my plate. I want Asians bringing it out to me. It just is what it is.
Exactly. You go there for the experience, like in an old country store. So where I'm at, where we have a mix. We have we have little old ladies that have been working there for like forever. I'm talking somebody's like grandma. She's like 70, 80, delivering food to your table. Like you're like, why are you working, baby? But she calls you sweet names. So you're like, you know what? You do you. And then she gets she gets good money because she can barely walk to the table. So they're throwing money at her. And then you got that, and you got some old like like the lunch lady, the old lunch lady type black ladies, man. We got a bunch of those ladies that are working there as well. And like, dude, I don't know, they make you just feel like you're at home, like you're at Meemaw's, or I don't know. It's just like old country style vibe, and it's just nice. And then they're gonna put white paint on the walls. Like, why are you gonna go ahead and gentrify Cracker Barrel and then woke it? You're gonna gentrify it and woke it at the same time. It's just like both of those things are just bad. It's just a bad combination for that brand.
But both sides hate it. That's how you know something's bad when both sides are like, you know what, I don't like this.
Yeah, keep it the way it was. And then like, dude, the logo was terrible, bro. Like, it was the most laughable logo I think I've ever seen. But at that point in time, too, though, here's a theory on this right here. So to go ahead and go with Timbo, my theory on it is that they purposely did it to go ahead and essentially short their stocks. At this point in time, to go ahead and purposely crash their price. And then they put that guy out there that got fired. They put him on the chopping block to go ahead and just, take one for the team, And I'm sure that, I mean, if you really look into it, I'm sure there's either they just completely just screwed him, or on the other end of things.
Oh, that guy was actually trolling. He wasn't really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It went viral on like the retard calendar, and everybody found him and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, that was actually not, in fact, the dude that worked there.
Okay, good. Then that's good. But if he did get fired, though, I mean, hey, look, I mean, it's a fireable offense. But that's I don't know, man. I'm really big into thinking that they would purposely sabotage their business to sell off their stock price, cause a panic, and then buy it all back up.
I like to play as a trencher.
Exactly. Exactly.
Good to hear from you, Brett. I want to check in with Creecoin real quick, and we'll hit these other topics, and then at the end we'll get into letting you guys talk about some projects that are, or whatever in general you got cooking. I know not everybody's got projects, but update on the tournament, guys. 82 players left, 76 get paid. Front run this pump that's going to come to the poker token after we fire at the chart. But what's good, Creecoin? How you doing, man? How you feeling about the market and everything right now?
That's a solid take.
I think you're on mute, Creekcoin.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
I knew you'd figure it out eventually. How's it
Yeah,
going,
I'm
bro?
like, oh, there's one more I have to unmute. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries, man. No worries. So, how you feeling about the market, the pain over the weekend? What do you think about September? I guess is kind of what we've all indirectly talked about. What do you feel like it's going to be looking like for crypto in September?
I think all to be all right in September. Traditionally, Bitcoin doesn't do so well in September, so I just try to buy it. I like to buy red on Bitcoin, and if I need to sell a little bit on green, I don't try to overcomplicate Bitcoin. The alts though, they're really sending. I found out today. It was a few months back in one of my trading groups. I had called this World Liberty Financial Token, and it was on Solana. It was just like just a meme, and it wasn't sending. And people in my group were like, "That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one." I'm like, "Yeah, well, that's what you guys said about Trump coin when I saw Trump posted on his X. You guys thought he was hacked, and you guys are wrong." So I just left a little moon bag, and I looked today, and the thing but 13x on that thing. So I was really happy about that. There's lots of Trump narratives. It's this Trump's coin, this Trump's coin. I'm not even trying to get into that. That seems like last year shit. But I'm making exits out of everything and holding some conviction coins on alts, and then just focusing all my time on Creecoin. We've got a building, we're attaching it. A lot of people are like, well, how does everything work? And I was trying to have a simple way to do it. I had one of my guys on a space earlier trying to break it down. We have Creekcoin Foundation. Like I said, we're on LinkedIn.
Bro, let's talk about Creekcoin a little later in the episode. I want to let it build for a little bit.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I just want to make sure, so like honestly, like our peak listeners are about like 30, 40 minutes in. So I always like to let it come on and we chill for a little bit.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And then we start talking projects and stuff. So I just want to make sure you get max amount of exposure, man. And if you guys are listening, man, we bring on some really cool people, great people with awesome projects, and all they want is a little bit of exposure. So do us a favor, guys, repost, hit the comments, say what's up, boost us up the algo. But man, it sounds like, honestly, and I know you're an OG in the space, but like OGs, honestly, just don't overcomplicate it. I think buy Bitcoin when it's red, sell when it's green, buy more Bitcoin or rotate into your plays of choice. So I can tell you, you've been doing that for a little bit.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. That's some good advice for anybody.
Good stuff, man. Well, let's let me people this tournament give another update on the tournament real quick. So we're at 77 players. We're on the money bubble, baby. One more player and we're in the money. So guys, while we're on this money bubble, let me hit the next topic here that we can throw out to the panel and see what you guys think. But it looks like that the daily users on Solana are dropping drastically, and it's not finding a bottom. Are you guys noticing any impact on this in the ecosystem, or how do you think it's impacting the ecosystem? What you think, Freecoin?
Keep it. That's good. There's some nice conviction plays on meme coins on Solana right now. It's nothing like it used to be. Just be a little smarter. Sometimes the best trade is just not to make a trade.
No, man, I'm with that. I think most people, especially people fresh in the space, overtrade quite a bit. So I'm in agreement there. Bro, what do you think, man? I know you're hyperactive in the trenches. Are you noticing anything different in the past couple of weeks now that the daily active users have dropped?
You said me? I'm sorry. Andrew? Hello?
We can hear you, Brad.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, man. Honestly, I get more bullish whenever I see people like drop off and like stop using and stuff. I mean, I was like more bullish than I've ever been when Solana was about like 95 to like 105. Because if you're doing anything and you're doing anything solid, that
What the
just means you
fuck?
stand out. What?
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it out loud.
Oh, you're good. You're good. But no, man. I think it's just a better time, honestly, than ever to actually run projects and to to go ahead and do CTOs and everything like that. Because if you've been active, the few people who are still there, who are in the trenches, you're going to have less people launching on Pump Fund. You're going to have less people, buying up these other tokens and stuff. I think it's just a better opportunity for you to be able to stand out. There's less product on the market. And if there's less product on the market, even if there's less traders, then I mean that's going to be more for you to stand out with. So I mean, to be honest, man, I see that as an opportunity to be able to stack up more money, stack up more Solana at a cheaper price whenever it happens like that. Because if they start leaving, people are going to go ahead and get antsy. They're going to want to put their money somewhere else where it can make a little bit more quicker. And I don't know. I like it like that. Fry line cooks a little bit hotter whenever the business is dead.
No, it makes a lot of sense, and it reminds me of the bear market, right? When everybody went away, we saw who the real ones were, and the ones that lasted actually came back and built some pretty cool stuff. So I mean, I could see it. I totally get that sentiment, bro.
For sure.
Timbo, how about you as a day? Oh, what's up, Brad?
You calling me, brother.
Oh, all good, man. All good. We'll breeze through the rest of these topics here and get to some other stuff in a few. But Timbo, man, what about you, bro? Anything you're noticing in the ecosystem with the daily active users dropping? No, Timbo.
Sorry, I was struggling. Yeah, honestly, and Gunner's calling me right now. I'm gonna ignore that. Gunner, text me. What's it called? Honestly, I was gonna say probably since Thursday, I have noticed a little bit of decline, like in the space, like when it comes to CT. But as far as coins and stuff go, bro, I haven't seen a sharp spike enough for me to notice it because whenever Solana's above 160, 170, when it starts turning hot, bro, them trenches warm up too. You see more and more. I feel like a lot of people and projects wait for Solana to hit like 170 to 180 before they even launch a token. And like I feel like that's I don't know, man. I don't really see it. I haven't paid attention to it though. So I mean, maybe I don't. Not enough to where I'm noticing a sharp decline or anything. Is that happening? Is it something you've noticed, Andrew?
So I know for a fact that what's up, dude? My kid just got home. But I know for a fact that the daily active users are down. As far as what I've noticed, I I haven't noticed too much different. I would say I think that they're probably and this past weekend's been different because this past weekend was popping just because of the activity towards the end of last week. So you saw a lot of runners and a lot of activity last weekend. I have noticed in the past few weeks though there really haven't been as many runners, and I think that what you've also seen is that there's at least in our circle, right? Maybe I'm biased because like we run off the fake ones a lot, but like the projects that are sticking, are holding market cap and not really, feeling too much pain when stuff happens. So I think kind of it hits on the point that kind of all you guys were our Brett was even talking about was the real conviction plays are the ones that you're kind of seeing feast right now and stuff. So yeah, man, I think that's kind of what I'm seeing that's different. You're just not seeing the big time runners, and you're seeing actually more tokens that I will say have the potential to be conviction plays really kind of starting to last and cook. So let me throw out this last thing I wanted to talk about a bit today, and then we'll talk about what you guys got cooking. and we are in the money here officially. So hopefully I make a deep run here. But and poker dev will probably be under if you feeling what's cooking with poker token. But there's a guy, a Korean man. He's accused of laundering 50 million from Bitcoin to gold, presumably because he was worried about the Bitcoin being tracked. And I think this is such like a funny situation, just because like we've been told for so long that crypto is only for criminals, and now people are going back to the oldest asset known to man, in my opinion, and using that for a harbor for their criminal activity. So what do you got? What do you? I guess we'll start with you, Tim. Let's do our last one. We'll just go back in reverse order. But what do you think about this, bro? Are we at the point to where everybody's pretty much hip that crypto is a little too hard to do crime with, and the real money is going to flow back into the real criminal money is going to flow back into real world stuff like gold and cash?
My bad, Andrew. I was texting the old clutchy poo. What was the question, brother? I'm sorry. I was full forcing that.
Oh, you're good. But what do you think about this? This guy that I've been talking about, that he's accused of laundering 50 million from gold. I'm sorry, from Bitcoin to gold, presumably because Bitcoin and crypto is just too easily tracked, and he was hoping to get under the radar. Do you think that we're actually on the verge of losing that stigma of crypto being the criminal currency, because most people are starting to realize it's actually super easily tracked?
Bro, I definitely, and this is a question, that kind of goes hand in hand with this, and I'll elaborate in a second, but, bro, I definitely feel like the more educated people get, they'll come to understand that, like, once it's on the blockchain, it's on the blockchain. Like, decentralized finance is there, and there are ways to stay anonymous and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, that has to touch down somewhere for you to cash it. And a lot of places are KYC, blah, blah, blah. But that right there, that along with the whales selling, X amount of Bitcoin the other day and causing that big red candle, it's kind of like a really eye-opening situation, right? Because everybody's looking at Bitcoin like this huge, just heavyweight that can't be touched, the future of everything. And then little old John Doe from Arkansas seen enough commas in his wallet and was like, yeah, I don't like it. Boom. And caused that. Just imagine, like, I think people are starting to look at Bitcoin like possibly it's just like any other chart, bro. One or two heavy hitters sell, and kind of this Ponzi falls. I think there'll be enough people that ape it, but I don't know, man. It's definitely a question that needs to be talked about, and a fire topic. Um, but yeah, bro, I think people fail to realize that at the end of the day, these governments, not just ours, but just governments in general, I don't think they would be trying to, apply crypto to their stuff. I wouldn't think they would be trying to apply this in such a broad usage or adopting these tokens and these coins, if they couldn't somehow track it. Because we all know the government's, dog, that's their track record, is to want to track us and want to know everything that we're doing, mind control, like that's a topic for another day. But at the end of the day, I do believe that once people are educated and realize, I think that maybe a little bit of the facade will go away, and you will lose some long-term investors when they realize that it isn't completely anonymous, or that they have to go through all these crazy lengths to make it so. But I don't know, man. It's definitely an eye-opening situation for crypto and Bitcoin, because it affects Bitcoin. That's daddy of our whole of everything we do. Bitcoin's at the heart of it. So if it's something being spoke about or being looked at, I mean, people with that type of money ain't usually dumb, bro. So to see one person doing it, it makes me ponder the question of how many other people are thinking that same thing.
No, those were a lot of great points, man. Especially like with the government if they're truly getting involved and allowing people to be involved at this point, is because they understand that it can be tracked, so they're not stressing. So no, I'm with you. That's a good point. Let's go to Bread, man. Bread, what do you think about this guy laundering the Bitcoin to gold? Do you think that this is kind of people are getting hip that crypto can be tracked now?
Well, I mean, I think when we go back to the thing where we had that whole big issue on Fort Knox, when they're like, hey, where's all the gold? Clearly you can track the Bitcoin better than you can where that damn gold is now. So maybe that was the alpha there. Maybe that was the alpha for the guys who have all that money they've got from Bitcoin to go ahead and hold it over in there for a while, maybe until next cycle or something like that. Because I don't know, maybe they can wash the gold better than they can their their Bitcoin at this point. I also think there's a couple of good things though about that. Like I think it's good that as people we'll be able to see a little bit more about what the government's doing with the money at the end of the day. So I think that's good. But on the other side of it, like Timbo was saying, I mean, they can just track everything that we're doing, and I think that for a lot of people who are making that kind of money like that, I believe that they've made so much off of it that at this point they're probably trying to, dodge some stuff. And, there's just no way for them to do it, or they may have already, I don't know, there's tons of things they could have done. They could have over leveraged themselves on something, or, like with their investments on that. And then, or they might just see enough, like you said a second ago, they might see enough commas there that they're just like, you know what? I don't care if it goes up because this is so much damn money that I'm not ever going to need anymore, because I mean, like how much money at the end of the day do you need? Like if you're somebody who just invested early, like how much do you need? Like really, like what's enough? 100 mil, 200 mil, 300 mil, like, is that like enough? I'd probably turn away and never look back, to be honest, aside from just playing around for fun. If that amount popped up there right there, that's enough to go ahead and, I mean, essentially that's retiring your bloodline. You play that 300 mil, like you could, to be honest, honestly, I don't see how you could really screw that off. I'm sure there are people out there that are talented enough to screw it off, but I mean, I can't say I wouldn't blame the guy for causing a candle like that on Bitcoin at this price. And then, I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to have that money to reinvest back in the bear. So, I mean, it's just, I'd do it.
No, I can relate, because when Clutch and I launched the the first Trump token on Solana, Make Solana Great Again, is the one that we ran to like 11, 12 million pretty much overnight. But I had like 2 million in coins and stuff at one point in time. Obviously, we all know how liquidity works. I couldn't have realized that entire 2 million. But like we truly had a plan to take it to 1 billion, to where we had some exchanges lined up. And then we figured if Trump won the election, then it truly was going to be like that type of thing to where, this coin should go to 1 billion. So like my plan was at like 100 million, dude, I'm done, right? Like I gotta put most of it into Bitcoin, and that just retires the bloodline. And I'll give myself a couple million to play with until next bull market, when Bitcoin's going crazy. So like it is that thing of, well, how much money do you really need? But then from like the ultra wealthy people standpoint, it is about preserving the legacy of your bloodline making sure that you're in stuff that's legit, or making sure that stuff that could damage where your wealth is, isn't allowed to flourish. So there's a lot of interesting dynamics that really tie to this and the impacts of all of it, in my opinion.
I completely agree, man. Like, I think that the dude selling like that, though, at the end of the day, even let's say if he just doubled his money with that, like, you're now risking that amount of money just to go ahead and, maybe double it. Like, bro, those moves for him had to look crazy in his wallet. Like a 15% like move downward, like it had to be like just like absolutely just like stomach churning. Sometimes like just to sit there and look at it, you'd have to like detach your emotions from it completely, which you already have to do anyways. with whatever amount of money you have with this. But I don't like looking at that with that amount, bro. That would just be it'd be crazy to see that fluctuate. So I mean, I think he made a good decision though. At the end of the day, like for him, probably definitely, gold's gonna still, that's still gonna go up, over the course of this, this time with inflation. And I'm sure that's gonna gain him enough, just in that alone to be worth sitting on until the bear, and then to be able to reinvest that into other things. Like that's a lot of money, bro. You can take over so much stuff with that, with that amount to be able to make that kind of price impact on that chart. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Sorry, I was on mute there. But no, you are right, man. It is different. Like, and maybe it's all relative too, right? I've watched my net worth fluctuate pretty big at times, but I do feel like it probably hits a little bit harder when your net worth is in the billions or hundreds of millions, and you're seeing it come and go. Because like I always feel like, yeah, 100 G's, a few hundred G's, you can always find a way to get that back, quote unquote, easily. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But it's not as hard to get back, I think, a couple hundred G's as it is to get back, 20, 30 million. And I've never had 20 or 30 million. So maybe I'm entirely wrong there, but that's just my opinion. But let's throw it to our homie Creecoin. Cree, man, what do you think about this thing with this Korean guy? And him being accused of laundering Bitcoin to gold. Do you think people are getting hip that crypto's just easily tracked?
I think there's only behind Bitcoin was the worst investment you could make. And it's for fucking laundering money to it ended up being the best investment you can make, and it's pretty hard to launder money with. So that's the craziest part, with the Bitcoin price coming down like it did, it has to, for sure. When you see something in the news that says every Bitcoin wallet is in the positive, expect a flush out. Like that's economics, that's trading, that's everything. There has to be some downs, and the weak hands will sell to the diamond hands, at least with Bitcoin. That's how it's always been. The guy with the gold, I would have chose something else besides gold. I see the value in gold historically, but they can keep finding it, bro. And is AI and topography and all this shit that people go find gold, they're gonna keep finding it. And Elon's probably gonna start harvesting it from space. What do you think the generational wealth in gold, retiring your bloodline with gold, it's going to be like a rock that you kick on the street, maybe. At least with Bitcoin, we know the supply, we know how long it takes to mine, and that's why we have the adoption. Just buy them fucking dips, dude. It's very simple with Bitcoin. The gold shit, what's he gonna do? Like, does he got a suitcase to gold? How do you go spend solid gold? I know, like 20 years ago, if I had some like gold chains and stuff, and you bring them to the pawn shop, they make sure they're real, and they give you like scrap value on gold. I don't really see the value. People, end of the world. Good luck walking around, the apocalypse times and shit with chunks of gold and like bringing it anywhere. Like, I don't know, dude. That was stupid with the gold. I would have did something else, maybe anything else besides gold. And swap it to a different coin. Go fucking gamble it like that one guy robbed everybody on X a couple months ago and then lost it all. I don't know. I'm not a fan of gold anymore. I used to be, and I know it's up, but that guy's silly, in my opinion.
No, it makes sense. And also, like, you really can't buy like $50 million worth of gold without raising some alarms, I think, right? So like, I'm gonna be real. Maybe I'm just a degenerate, but I'd probably just put it in Monero and feel pretty good about being in Monero.
Oh yeah. That's probably where I'd rotate as well.
Yeah, Monero feels like the play.
Still, it's undervalued for what it is. I expect Monero to send big time, especially when people, it might be only 1 or 2 cycles into this, they want to start spending some of their profits. We keep talking about, blockchain. It's all out there, everything. AI helps you get through like Soul Scan really fast, and that's how Bubble Map started and shit. That's just the beginning of tracking. The blockchain is all about transparency. It's why we have ICMs coming onto the market and everything. Before you invest in a 401k, you cross your fingers and hope your guy's investing in some right shit. Now the whole world is able to invest in anything, really, and they can come on and they can see it. It's going to get a little more clear in the future, but we're early. We're still early, dude. Like $100,000, $125,000 Bitcoin, you're still early.
Dude, I'm in agreement there too, just because I feel like we're not super far away from where we're gonna see Bitcoin have $100,000 candles, hour-long candles, whatever it is, 15-minute candles. So like, when you think about that, dude, we're super, super early.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. Hey, I see people running around. I knew people that minted $10-100 million on Bitcoin 2017, and they started spending money. They still got lots of money, dude, but like whatever they bought for, say it was $10,000, that was 10 Bitcoin. Whatever that is it worth over $1 million right now? So it makes it hard to spend Bitcoin because it's long-term value. If you trade it, cool. Like I'll come to your stream and learn some things that would be cool, but like I'm not gonna risk losing it. There's already a supply issue with it. The exchanges don't have enough. If somebody wants to come on and you buy $10 billion worth of Bitcoin, you can't just do that if you're one person with a computer connection. It's not how it works. Like it's not going to happen. So eventually, most people are Bitcoin holders, and that's going to determine the value. You have governments involved in mining it, dude. Like, I don't know how more bullish you could be on Bitcoin than ever. I've been bullish my whole life, like sometimes psychotic bullish, and people couldn't see it. And I'm not saying I was 100% right. I thought it would take even longer to get here. But dude, Bitcoin, buy fucking Bitcoin. It's very easy, and find some conviction plays. That's it.
No, that's a great word to end it on. Buy Bitcoin, find some conviction plays. That's it. That's all you need. Let's we've been in here for a little bit, guys. Do us a favor if you're listening to the stream, repost it, tag a friend in the comments that likes poker, tag a friend that likes crypto, tag a friend that just wants to hear some good projects, because we're going to talk to these guys about their projects. Poker, whose power in this space, is going to show up in a second. So, I want to make sure I get some more eyes on these guys, everybody. So we'll do that. I know Brett a lot of times has to bounce with work and stuff. So, Brett, I want to give you the opportunity to get the mic here. Then we'll circle back to Cree Coin. I don't know what your schedule's like, Cree, but I want to make sure you get a chance. And then I know Timbo is usually here with me the whole time. So then we'll close it up on Timbo talking about his coin and what he's got cooking. But Brett, man, what you got here that you're working on, man? What are you cooking? You want to share with everybody?
Still just really working on building that team, man. The last piece I have is the website guy, to be honest, man. And then I'll start launching and doing stuff like that again. I already have my marketing plans, laid out for that, to actually go ahead and push them and everything like that. I have a few guys that can speak in spaces, on the tokens as well, to go ahead and help push them through that. And yeah, so I mean, really, the only thing I need to do is just that website guy. I just need somebody to sell their freaking soul to me for like a couple months, And I mean, obviously, I'm giving it right back, because I don't do anything but stay on this gosh darn app all day long, and and then work in real life. That's the two things that I do. I work on here and I work in real life. So, I got ideas, and I just gotta have my little creations come to life. There's somebody to make my little stupid websites. That's really it. That's all I need. Websites, little stupid gimmicky games, and yeah, and that's it, man. So if anybody else decides they want to go ahead and do it, hit me up on X. You'll find my profile looks the exact same on there as it does on here. So Yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'm ready to get to work. I'm liking the fact that there's less people, trading on Solana right now than there has been. So that's super bullish to me. It's a great time to go ahead and launch projects, and it's really what I've been waiting on. I hope the price dips too, though. Appreciate y'all
Well, Fred,
having me.
tell them what what you and the team are going to be working on, so they might know if there's something they're interested in being a part of or not.
Oh yeah, man. So just really like kind of like what we would be doing is we'd be going ahead and trying to like go ahead and make like some sort of like daily gamble type thing. I want people who aren't going to sit here and like clip the chart. I don't mind if you sell, but if you do it, just go ahead and respect the chart, respect the people who are coming in, respect the buys and everything like that. We're here to make money. We're here to go ahead and do that. Everybody's looking for a daily runner. Some people refer to it as serial launching, but hey, you know what? You know what we look at every day on Pump Fun when we're searching for the next runner is it's usually serial launches. It's not always somebody's conviction bag. Sometimes it's something that makes you chuckle, and that's really where I shine is making people laugh through the projects, giving them a little something to play with and entertain themselves with for the day, and and then also doing that in the best way possible. Like I'll stay working on it until it dies. Really. So I mean, if it lasts for like weeks and it just keeps on running, then hey, we're gonna be there for weeks, keep it on running. Any way we go about it. But also, the reason why I like having the website and stuff with it is because I try to roll with like solid morals in the space, and I feel like the best way to do that would be to give things fair chances, give them marketing to go ahead and try to push it, and then just roll like that. But like at the end of the day, like if somebody invested in your little poo poo doo doo coin, you're gonna want to have something back there to go ahead and help people already have something laid out to be able to pick up the scraps. So if you have a game that you've created on this website, when they go to CTO it, it's going to look a lot more appealing. They'll already have a website there that's built that looks nice, is clean, crisp, and all that. And if you do the decks and stuff like that, I always try to do it to where you could go ahead and do it with just like a different email, for the decks, a burner that you could go ahead and give to somebody, in the community at the end of it. That way they don't have to buy decks or anything like that. They can just take it and run with it. Um, so those are a couple things that I liked. I just like doing whenever we would do these things, to try to make it fair for everybody. Because I know how it is being stuck at the bottom of a shakeout of something that just ran to a few hundred K, and you put in a few Solana more than you needed to, and I can't control what people do. I can control how good the product is, and how funny the meme is and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, somebody's always going to top blast your chart. So to kind of even out the moral scale of it, I just try to give them something to work with, I guess, if they end up being on the short end of the stick of it. And then also that's, it's a good way of paying tuition, I guess, while, being able to meet people at the bottom, at the end of the projects, there's going to be people in that Telegram or whatever it is that you have that you'll be able to link up with and, make friends and, create your own little group, basically. I think that's the best thing that I could do and what I can give back to the space is, the most. But that's pretty much it.
That's what's up, man. I like it, man, and it is something that it's fun, right? The daily runners and stuff, and see what happens, and let people take them over if they want.
For sure, for sure. Thank you for having me, Andrew.
All good, bro. All good. Let's throw it over to Creekcoin. Creekcoin, give the rundown of what you're cooking. Let them know what's up.
The first digital currency by the U.S. commercial real estate, not like token or anything like that. We are a Coin Foundation. Buildings that we buy, warehouses, apartments, strip malls, whatever. That's your real world asset. That's what we have, and we hold the building. So you think of the Creek Coin Foundation as a safety vault for these properties. And when we get them, when we get these buildings, these properties, they go into our vault, and the owners get preferred equity tickets, and they swap these tickets for Creek Coin tokens, just to join the crypto side of this, or they cash out later, and that's tied to the real estate's value. So make it simple for you guys. The buildings are the value of Creek Coin, and the foundation is the vault. These old owners
they get tickets. We're onboarding noobs, if you want to call it, but some of these noobs are huge investors. We're onboarding them to crypto. If they decide to get Creekcoin tokens, they're not getting 100% of their value of their property. Say, just to keep it simple, say they're getting 50% and they get Creekcoin tokens and they want to fucking sell them. Well, the Creekcoin Foundation made 50% on that play, and the Creekcoins Foundation's entire purpose is to maintain the price of Creekcoin. We have a floor from the day we launched. It won't go lower than that, and to maintain the floor pushing upwards is the whole goal. I've already onboarded a couple people to the Creekcoin Foundation. We're looking at some stars right now. Really, people want to become part of this. They can't figure it out. There's been different ways. There's also been, like Robinhood and shit. People say, what's the difference? Can I just go buy a stock or buy it on Robinhood? The only thing that's really doing, it's not changing the game. It's bringing more liquidity. It's making it more accessible. That's cool and all. But I think internet capital markets and real world assets, I think there's a lot more to that. So does my team. And that's why we're putting this together. There isn't another token like this. I keep asking people, have you seen anything like this? There's not an RWA play like this. I think it's just because they haven't been able to put all the pieces together. I've been building this a little over 2 years, like hyper focused on it. I thought about it 4 years ago. We're still waiting for people to catch up, but we're out here now. And, everybody on the team's like, launch it, put it out into the world. Like perfection is not everything. We can fine tune it as we go along, but when we put something in the foundation, it's the way. That's the way. This is all legal. The foundation is registered. Everybody has licenses for what they do. We're gonna fucking send, bro. We're gonna send. I didn't even realize the space today that I'm on with you guys overlap the one I wanted to have today. I didn't even think of checking that. I've just been showing up at all your guys' spaces.
I love it, man. I be seeing you every day, and I saw you as a listener for a long time before we had finally even talked. So I know you've been active.
Oh yeah, and out of respect to, I'm a newbie. I want to hear what everybody has to say too, and the reason I am here is there are a lot of critics. It's not haters. There's haters in spaces. They don't know what they're talking about, but there's some educated people here, and that's who I want looking at the project. And if they have things that they think we could do better, we would love to hear that. My partner and I, we've been speaking into an empty void for a while, and that's okay, because as we're doing that, we're like, well, look, this is syncing up. This is syncing up. Imagine launching this when Sol was at its high and then Sol came crashing down. And we're sitting here like, well, this don't matter. This don't matter. We could stable up some Sol. We'll figure some things out. And when it starts to bounce back and people get back on X and listening and talking again, then they'll hear what we're saying. And that's kind of where we're at now. It's like, listen to what we say and then do your own research. If you look at the chart, we're not at $119 million market cap. If 100% of our supply was unlocked, sure. But with that little bit of liquidity, that would be.
Yeah. No, I noticed that right away. But I mean, that's still, I get it.
And that's what like the Creekcoin Foundation will be doing too, is like we will be constantly adding to the liquidity pool. And you'll see that on Deck Screener. But if you know Creekcoin, you'll also know part of that liquidity pool is also backed by U.S. real estate. That's not nothing that's going to show up on a chart yet. They haven't, the real world assets haven't even got that far, and they're probably not going to do it exactly this way. I think they're just going to do it with dashboards. It's going to be some centralized exchange thing, and then there's going to be meme coins of this shit, and those will probably send higher because degens just fucking ate, and like there's hype, and I see how all this shit drives, and we can't do that with our project. Like, a million people come, sure, that's awesome, buy the fucking coin, cool, but like Creekcoin cannot run on hype. Creekcoin runs on tokenomics, and it runs off of the best guys in real estate that I've ever met, to be honest with you. You know, they've made crazy plays, and I've listened to everything they've had to say about real estate in the past 10 years, and they haven't been wrong, dude. Like, this is an old, you want to talk about gold, yeah, gold, old and stuff, but like, look at commercial real estate, look at Trump's dad, look at the cycles that all these guys got rich. They didn't get rich when fucking real estate was at all-time high and this and that. They got rich because they had wealth still when nobody did. They had wealth when things were on sale, when they were at the bottom. You know, like, let's buy some fucking buildings in New York. Okay, the world's not over. It's just some bad times. So like, you get them pennies on the dollar back then, and they held. And look at it now, dude. Like, I always see this thing: if you bought real estate in Manhattan, you know, buying Bitcoin now is like blah blah blah. Like, real estate is the fucking alpha, bro. Real estate's the alpha, and if you start coming onto our spaces and listening about real estate from these guys, you'll learn an alpha outside of crypto as well. That's something really good to know. Everybody talks about BlackRock's buying up all these single family houses and blah, blah, blah. Well, I think the future is going all rentals. You know, like, not many people are going to own homes. Everything is going to be rentals. And stable coins might be stable, right? But they're essentially backed by interest rates. And I keep telling people, you know, if we get them 3.5 points that Trump wants, that's fucking awesome. You know, things are going to send, but stable coins just have to print more stable coins in order for it to be stable. And that just reminds me of kind of the trouble we got into with the US dollar now. If you look at, what is it, $1.35, 2016, $100, right? It's 100, whatever you bought for $100 in 2016 is $135 right now. You know, and yeah, that's inflation, but they need to call it what it is. It's devaluation. Like, the dollar ain't really worth shit. And like, we can keep sending in crypto. I think that's why Trump might be so fucking bullish on crypto, and why there's World Liberty Financial and shit. You know, he's setting up, he sees like he can come in and save the day on all aspects, but it's not going to get around the fact that we've printed so much fucking money. Not just physically printed, because they're not just running these machines. It's just added into the system, dude. And then they gotta like balance it with this and that, and it's a fucking disaster, bro. And the way I see it right now is like, you get any US dollar, you better convert that into an income producing asset or crypto. And Creecoin is both. You know, and Creecoin is mixed with some OG ass crypto guys, including myself, and badass real estate dudes. And we're doxed, and as we bring people on, we'll be doxing them one at a time. We're on LinkedIn trying to scream degen shit. We're in degen spaces trying to.
Oh yeah, bro. What was your LinkedIn name? I think I added you back, but I couldn't remember what you said your LinkedIn name was.
William Strauss. That's my name on LinkedIn, and then Creecoin Foundation is on LinkedIn.
Okay, so I want to make sure I'm following you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're on there talking. I'm just not trying to be the reply guy. I'm trying to be there to, you know, I drop alpha if I have it on anybody. Of course, I want to see everybody get rich, but like, I'm in there just giving feedback. Some lady posted some question about tokenomics and your frequent flyer miles and shit, and that airlines are thinking about tokenizing those. You know, everything is a fucking.
That's actually
reward.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so she was asking, I commented on it, and she was like, what would the tokenomics be? So I posted what I would think the tokenomics would be, and I adjusted for inflation and everything. And then I'm like, talk about a badass non-cheat community. Fucking people, you gotta fly, dude. You rack those things up. They got all these little gifts and shit. So I put the tokenomics on there, and I looked at my LinkedIn profile the next day, and it was 6 airline companies, bro. Like who's this guy over here? So like, I'm under contract 100% to work Creecoin until this shit starts sending. But the whole world, in one way or another, is going to be tokenized. You know, it's not just the airline flyer miles. It's not going to be just your reward points on your Visa or anything. Like, I believe reward points will eventually circle into your credit rating.
You know, there's an app right now I pay my rent on. I forget what it's called, but it was like, do you want to opt in to give credit boosts for paying rent on time? I'm like, sure. Where have you been for the past 30 years? Like, that would have been cool. Like, and they found a way to do it. Well, I go to Walgreens a couple days after I moved into my apartment with this fucking app and shit, and it says, "Oh, you're at Walgreens. Do you want to save 15%?" And I'm like, I didn't like authorize this shit for anything, you know. But regardless, it has my data, and now it's sending me coupons and all this. Now, all this data, it's one of the most valuable things in the world, and now it's starting to get organized. It for a while, it's been being pumped into algorithms and shit. So that's essentially what is going to get tokenized as well. Car titles, insurance. So when you get a check, you get it wrecked and you're supposed to go to the mechanic, and some people, especially in Chicago, they just pocket that fucking money. Well, blockchain, smart contracts, and tokenization, it's gonna get rid of that. You know, all this claim of fraud, Bitcoin and cryptos for criminals and stuff. Actually, it's going to be one of the biggest catalysts that have evened things out, you know, for everybody, not just insurance companies, because go fuck them anyways, but like anything, you just like look around your space where you're at right now, and I bet you could like think of 20 things you could tokenize. I'm like, okay, now how do you get them tokenized? Are we going to put them on a dashboard? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? That's all still being developed in all these different ways, and that's what we have to wait for. And in the meantime, it doesn't have to be that difficult, I don't think. With Freecoin, we're set out to prove that, bro. Tomorrow we have a space a little earlier. I'm going to post it on my page. We're shooting for between like 1:30 and 2 o'clock Eastern time. So
Post it. Oh, and bro, I wanted to let you know next time when you log on, you can actually restream this directly to your pages and stuff too, so you can help get the exposure on your end, and you know, have the extra content.
Oh, right on. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I shared a link like in a tweet on my page. I don't know if it's playing live or not.
I'll show you how to do it. I'll send you a little thing because it's tight when all of us do it. Because if you go to the top on your your home screen for X, like the feed,
All right.
you'll see that for each one of us, there's a pink bubble that, you know, for the spaces. So sometimes we dominate it where you got to scroll like 5 or 6 in a row, you know, and all you see is all
wow.
our spaces. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But with you specifically, with your project, you know, like I stream to LinkedIn, but you stream to LinkedIn too would probably be big for us all.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, tomorrow, one of the real estate guys, our main guy, is going to be on there tomorrow. And then I'm going to do a deep dive into the tokenomics and explain the supply, how it's working. Yeah, I even see it like hype marketing. They're like, oh, that's got 90% of the supply locked, bullish. Well, we have 97%. So if that's going to fucking hype you up, 97% is locked up until next July. And we have a 10-year tranche plan for our token supply. We have 10 billion tokens. We don't plan to even have a billion tokens out before the other 9.7 unlock. So I would be bullish on it. I keep looking at like, okay, I'm making this project. What would make me not want to invest in it? Trust me, bro. I have the worst.
No, I like that mindset for real. I try to fund myself as much as I can. Me and Clutch specialize in that. We fund each other, or you know, even if we just take the counter.
Yeah,
you believe it,
dude. It's literally like that. You have to do that. You have to do that. And there's been lots of back and forth devil's advocate plays, this and that. Plus, on top of that, bro, SEC compliance in a world where we just got a little bit of clarity in a Clarity Act, but it's not clear. It's not clear, dude. They come to Chicago mid-September. I'm signed up to talk to them. Why? Because like we're compliant all our licensing for real estate. I'm licensed for all my stocks, bonds, everything I fucking do. Like the last thing I need is those fucking assholes bothering me, dude. Like they're not. Gensler's gone. Things are changing. Trump's fucking president. This won't always be the case, dude. Like there's no better time than now, dude. And I think in crypto, the way it is, how people are waking up, they are starting to look for better conviction plays. They're starting to just really know that, like,
Meme coins might make you some quick money, man. It is the casino, though, dude. I cannot lie about that. Like, it's the casino, and you can get all sorts of advantages to the point where you walk in there like you're Tom Cruise's brother, the Rain Man guy. Like, you could be Rain Man good at the casino, and you can still get wrecked, bro. Like, if you're trying, like, investing is something people keep saying it, retiring your bloodline, you know, like that's how the super wealthy really think, dude. Like, yeah, they got some money now and they're getting some money now, but everything is an investment in the future for them. Tomorrow's not guaranteed for any of us. So, like, I don't know. I can't even sleep sometimes on some of these meme coins. There's like, I got a couple stupid conviction. Like, I'm big on troll, and I aped into fucking Anon just for, I was getting messages on 4chan from people I haven't heard since 2018 about that token. So I'm not trying to shill it, but I threw a little in there. Other than that, dude, like all the alts, just like sprinkling into alts this past year, dude, that's already paying off, dude. Like, that's what you guys need to think about. Not you guys, but people listening, you know, especially if you're new, like, research some projects, research some alts that have been around.
You people need to think about that.
Yeah, and then just maybe put it away, forget you had it, dude. That would be the best part. I know people all the time. I'll talk to them. Oh, dude, I remember you told me to buy Bitcoin in 2016. I bought like $300 worth. There's a lot of people that forget about their crypto. There's a lot of people that lose their seed phrases too, but that's a whole nother story. Like, put it in, forget about it. You get a 401k, you're not calling your broker every day. You're not looking on fucking C-SPAN at every single stock and bond that is in your 401k and seeing if it's up 4, 5, 10, 20%, down 20. It doesn't matter. You trust in that broker, I guess, or whatever you checked when you went to your slave job and clicked, yeah, put my money here. You just trust in it. Like, if there's something out there like that, Bitcoin, and fucking ape in that, dude. Ape into Bitcoin and forget about it. Then find some good projects, learn about them. If they're in reach, you know, a lot of these projects. There's another RWA project out there right now. I won't say its name. You guys do your own research. It seems all right. Nobody's doxxed. It's one property. It's a single family home in like Guatemala or something, dude. Everything's offshore. I watched $15 million in volume go into that thing. And it was real volume because I watched the market cap keep sending. I think it hit like 16 million or something. And then I've watched big wallets just suck out of all of it. And that's running, dude. It's running. And I even saw some huge players in the space like retweet something from them. I don't know if that was a paid shill or not, but like, do deep research. Like, you could really, really look into Creekcoin. I even built something for the commercial real estate people that, or for the guys that don't know much about commercial real estate. It was called Creducation, like Cree education, and it was on our DApp. And if you went on there, it was 13 modules. Each one took about 3 hours. It was just a fucking crash course in commercial real estate. If you went through all of it, passed it, screenshotted it, we airdropped you like $1,000, dude. So like, Creducation is still a thing. Like, that's still a goal with Creekcoin. We still want to educate you on commercial real estate, and my commercial real estate guys are really excited to do that as well. If you don't come for the coin, come for the fucking alpha, dude, on commercial real estate, and we'll teach you guys more about that as well. But definitely check out our token. Come into our space tomorrow. We'll be answering a lot more questions, breaking down tokenomics, which I believe is important because they fuel Creekcoin. They'll fuel your investment in Creekcoin. But that's all I really got to say. I definitely appreciate you having me on. I'm definitely going to play poker next time too, I think.
Boom. Let me know, bro. I actually, I think one day this week I'm going to put together, we've got the poker token. It's tournaments going down this week. So we'd love to have you in that. Love to have your community in that. I'm putting together a cash game with some guys that are, you know, kind of pros and, you know, building and stuff, but nobody plays super crazy high stakes or anything. And I'd like to actually, you know, like they're all going to buy with their own cash, but I'd like to have a few projects sponsor it and throw some tokens in it to spice up the pot and get some prop bets going, like the 7 deuce game or something like that. So I'll keep you posted there. And then I even want to do one too, where every project sends their player. Everybody buys in for something small like 20, 25. The winner takes that 25%, and then we dump the 75% and fire it at the winning project. So I'll get some founders together and keep you posted on all that stuff, bro.
For sure. Thank you.
Oh, good, homie. Yeah, I appreciate it. So I guess in 60 seconds, why should everybody go buy some Cree token right now?
You should buy it because when it sends, it's going to send fast and hard. There won't be any notice because we really legally can't give notice. I'll go into that in the space tomorrow as well, especially with the buybacks. Creekcoin Foundation will be handling the buybacks. So, like I said, they maintain the floor and the price of Creekcoin. So if it is dipping and they're doing buybacks, that's obviously, you don't got to tell anybody. That's when we would be doing it. You wouldn't get a heads up on it. When we bring properties and attach them to Creekcoin, they will be 6-figure properties. So think about that. Think about our circulating supply, our locks, and our docs team that's really here to make everybody money and teach as well. And that's it.
Boom, there you have it. I'll try to jump in that space tomorrow too and show some support and ask any questions that pop in my mind.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I want to throw out some love to Kua for reposting the stream. Thank you, homie. Truly appreciate it. Big time supporter, big time profit maxi. My favorite influencer in crypto. Let me look at this ad. I want to tell you guys to go follow this guy. He does it all, man. He's out there hustling, grinding. He's doing the family thing. He's hustling crypto all day. This dude's a real beast. You guys all got to follow him on X. I post him. Oh, at Kua, Kuya, Joy, JOY _. Yeah, thank you, Kua. Always showing some support. Beast. Make sure you guys follow him. We had Mark from YouTube post, why the fuck would you fold ace 10 there? And trust me, bro, I was feeling like I might be retarded myself there too. But it was kind of a game flow decision for me. I had made a few raises prior to that, and I expected to get played back at. And I didn't want to call a shove from a small stack with it. I didn't want a 4-bet bluff with it. And I really didn't want to call a 3-bet out of position and get myself in trouble. So maybe it was a bad open fold, but yeah, that was my thought process there, Mark. But let me throw it over to the homie EAC. EAC, good to see you. We didn't get to do a check-in with you this morning, but how you doing, homie, and how you feeling about the market, bro?
Yo, bro. Got my vacation hat on, as you can still see. I'm glad that I can still check in with you guys. And yeah, bro, I wanted to kind of any chance I can get to get him restream and talk to you guys. I definitely want to get in on the poker, playing for myself. I'll probably we'll see who gets nominated, but I'm definitely gonna be applying for the nomination if we do a community run. Yeah, I'm a big poker player. So definitely want to get involved. And yeah, the markets are it's kind of pretty crazy guessing which way it goes. That's the kind of feeling I'm don't know if it's up or down or what, but it don't matter to me. It don't phase me a bit. I've been in the game long enough to know that I'm just locked in on my convictions, and I'm looking for buys, and I'm learning from you guys about possibly getting into future trading.
Nice, man. Nice. What do you think about September, man? Historically, it's bad for crypto. You think we're gonna see anything different this time around?
So yeah, I guess in the terms of I'm 2 years into crypto, and the first year was a kind of just a major learning experience. So I wasn't really paying attention to kind of markets or even trends or whatever. So I can't even really remember where I was at last year or what even happened last year in September. it doesn't like it didn't really affect me at that point. And I think, like my gut is that by the end of the year and going into next year, like that it should be like into more of like a bull run. Like that's just what my kind of gut feeling is. What about you?
I think the one thing that can save us are interest rates. I'm gonna throw it in with this ace 10. I folded ace 10 earlier, and somebody's like, "Why'd you do that?" This time I'm throwing it in. But yeah, I think interest rates can really save us. But yeah, I think that we see the down payment of September, maybe see a little more pain in October and move sideways. Then November, December, we actually get serious about rate cuts. But I don't know if that has the impact we're hoping for alts. I think it sends Bitcoin for sure, and we see what happens for alts. But I mean, I think our meme coins are golden regardless, as long as you're in solid conviction place.
Yeah, was there any catalyst to the kind of down on Bitcoin that you heard of, or it was kind of weird that Bitcoins went down when Ethereum went up, right?
Kind of. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what it was. One thing was, I know one whale did dump a bunch of Bitcoin, so that's that could be the catalyst, right? Just somebody dumping a big enough bag could be a catalyst for anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, I kind of had a thought. Like, do you think it was people like pulling out of Bitcoin to buy Ethereum? Like, or I mean, it's probably just not that simple.
I mean, sometimes it can be, right. I think typically if you were going to see people buying out of Bitcoin to buy Ethereum, they go straight from Bitcoin to Ethereum because there's plenty of liquidity for that. I don't think you'd make the extra stop in USDT, unless you're truly thinking that there's going to be a serious dip and that's what you're doing to buy. But that's some big brain thinking there. But I think it could be a stop loss hunt, right? You hold big futures positions, and you see some opportunity to dump your bag real quick, liquidate, get those profits along the bottom, buy your bag back up, and and double dip there. So that type of manipulation definitely happens and is a factor here.
Yeah, so I was in a Polygon space this morning too. So I'd like to give like a little update on kind of what I heard in the
Let's hear it,
space.
bro.
Yeah, they were talking about how the so AI agents are the thing, like they're going to start to become like more autonomous and doing trades. The tech is like advancing quick where soon they'll be like kind of managing each other and talking to each other like AI agents autonomously, and we'll just be kind of giving them tasks, right? And they were saying like AI agents will still exist on blockchains, but that the ag layer will be like where the AI agents can like communicate with each other. So that was kind of like another kind of bullish sentiment for the ag layer, that it's going to be a kind of communication layer for AI. Like it's front running it. Obviously, like it's not that yet, and we're talking maybe like a year or two, because they're still adding blockchains. But I was kind of like, that's kind of super interesting, because that's kind of needed, because if they need that kind of like that way to like do make it easy transactions and between AI agents, right?
No, you're right. Kicking this min raise in here with ace jack. Sometimes when I'm low stack, I like to play with the min raise. It's kind of scary. I min raise folded this table set once before, so I probably don't have a whole lot of credit with my min raise. But not sure what I'm gonna do with this one here. I think if they play back, I gotta kick it in because I might be pretty well behind. But I expect to get called here. Fire most flops. Yep. Oh, I like that flop.
Oh man. Think about it and then.
Gonna fire just a little 3-bet, a 3-piece here, 3 big blinds.
You should. Okay. I'm not gonna tell you how I play. Are aces high or low?
It's hold'em.
I'm just joking, bro.
Well, you know, the homie Moon, we went to Florida, or we were in Vegas, and he was at the poker table, and I wasn't there, but he told me a story. He was pissed, and obviously it's funny to me because it wasn't my money, but but he played. He with him and his homies. They play where a straight can be king, ace, 2, 3, king, ace, 2, 3, 4. So like it wraps around at the top, and he tried to do that at the casino, and they looked at him like he was crazy,
Yeah, right.
and you don't have anything, and so you never know. But I was like, yeah, man, the only place I've seen people play like that is in jail.
Do you ever get the like? You ever sit down at a table and it's like a brand new person who never played poker, and they just get the dumbest luck, and you're like they're they catch it on the river or something. They don't know what they're doing. They're going in when they shouldn't, but they just because it is a game of skill, but there's definitely luck involved.
Oh yeah, I mean that happens all the time. I mean, and especially just because they're playing stuff that like they're not supposed to play. So if you're playing even borderline traditional, you don't really see it coming at first until you kind of know what they're doing. But then those people typically end up giving it all back eventually, unless it's just their day. Sometimes that's what's cool about poker. You could not know anything, and sometimes it's just your day, and like enough to play the hands that are winning for you that day. EAC, I want to circle back to you in a second, and hear a little more about EAC and what you any updates and anything you've been cooking. But I want to throw it to Poker Dev. I know he might not have a lot of time, but Poker Dev, how you doing? We didn't get a chance to talk on the space this morning, but what do you think about the market in September? You think it's going to be bullish for crypto, and then give us a rundown of what poker's got cooking?
Yeah, man, for sure. I hope everyone's doing well. As for September, I'm really just interested in. I think there's a lot of hype right now. Whatever way it's gonna go, I think it's gonna go that way, with a lot of push. So I'm not really particularly invested in the market too heavy right now. So I guess it's for me, it's kind of a little entertaining to wake up in the morning and see these new highs, see all the rates, or see all the talks of these rate cuts. And I think honestly, I have no reasonable clue what the government's gonna do, what the Fed's going to do in terms of rates. So I don't know. It's a call up 50-50, but I think any way it goes, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, you truly never know. Why I think there's a chance we could deviate from the norm is that we're getting closer and closer to rate cuts. So kind of like you're talking with the excitement with that could be the excitement that truly saves the market. But who knows? It's an interesting one to talk about. But man, give us the rundown on poker, just so you know, and you're up to speed. I'm in the money on this one right here. I'm about to shove these nines on this dude. But let's see if I'm ahead here. Oh, nines and the queens. That's nasty. Oh, and I busted while we're talking about it, but we got a little win here. We'll see what the payout was, and then we'll throw it over to poker. So 69. We got some small profits there for the fire at the chart here for everybody. So it wasn't
Bro.
it wasn't a lot.
Hey, in the money's in the money. W's a W, Andrew.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Oh,
no, great job, Andrew.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. But yeah, get the rundown on, get some updates on poker, get the rundown on everything.
Totally, bro. It's this week it's been awesome on the dev side. We have a lot of things planned. We got a player stakes right now at EPT Barcelona. Joey Weissman, he's in the money pretty well. He's pretty far in the money. So we'll see how these next few days go. I'm excited. As for the project, if you haven't heard about us, we are a rev share token, Poker X, combining the world of crypto and poker. If you like both of them, well, you might have just found your new girlfriend. Throw all your money in. When you get paid, you can buy a bag of Poker X, but that 6% tax is included on the in and out. 4% of that is going to be used to stake those players like we talked about. That's going to be through community involvement, but these first few that we've staked have just been chosen by the dev to make it a little easier until we got that community built up. 1% of it is going to be used to send a Poker X holder to the World Series of Poker next year. We're going to decide who that holder is with our weekly tournaments, right? So if you like poker, you want to grab a bag, we have our first tournament starting this weekend. It's either going to be Saturday or Sunday. I'm not too sure what day yet. We have a poll up on our X, so if you want to contribute, give us a little information as to what would work better for you. We're excited, man. We got this this flywheel mechanism that's really has a proof of concept now, and I think truly it's just letting people know about poker.
No, that's what's up, man. And the tournament's this weekend, right?
Yes, sir. So we're going to be doing that off Club GG. If you're interested, we'll have a post on our X, just the community ID, a little bit more about the time, the buy-in. I believe it's going to be a $10 buy-in. 50% of the pot will be sent to the winner, and then 50% of the pot will be blasted back into the chart.
That's what's up, man. Solid pitch, solid pitch. Well, give us the rundown in 60 seconds. Why should everybody grab some poker right now?
Hey man, I think you should buy a bag of poker because it's not just a crypto coin. We're not sitting here telling you, hey, we've identified the trends in the market. No, this is some real world utility, man. There's a long and proven interest in poker, and I think we're the first to include crypto in the poker world in the way that we're doing it. So if you want to see where this project goes, if you like poker in any way, shape, or form, want to win some money, hop into our tournaments, follow the project because we're going far, man.
Boom. You heard it here first. We're going far, baby. No, I love it. I appreciate you making some time for us, bro. I know you're super busy. Good stuff is coming. We we got a little bit. We're gonna fire at the chart now from that little win right there. And I might even play some more tournaments tonight a little later here. So stay tuned, guys. Maybe we'll even get back on stream with those. Maybe not. We'll see what's cooking. I know Poker Dev's going to be in some spaces today. But great to hear from you, bro.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I was watching the whole tournament from my desk, so it made the day go by.
It is fun too, right? It's cool when you got a little bit of equity in some capacity, guys. So these are only going to get bigger as we get bigger wins. We'll reinvest more back into these big pros and stuff. As I bank big wins, we'll reinvest more back into it. Little wins like this, yeah, we're just gonna chuck it all at the chart, and generate something positive. But as we grow, dude, this is only gonna get better. I'm so hyped about what we got cooking here. Well, EAC, man, give the rundown on any updates from EAC, and then we'll reel this one home.
Yeah, bro. Like, and I was just thinking about it too. Like, I was looking to see if you could bet on poker players, and yeah, you can bet on the championship winner. But I think it's kind of cool. Like, I don't know if you can if you guys kind of thought about this or if it already existed, but that you're giving money to the poker player and if he wins, it goes on into the chart, right? But is there any way, I guess, if people buy into the token knowing and hoping that the player wins, that the chart's going to go up, that's kind of a way for them to get in on the action. But I was thinking, is there another way for kind of people to get in on that action too? But I don't know, I was just brainstorming it. But yeah, definitely think it's something that could really onboard the normies, because the crypto can give it kind of this other kind of side to it that you couldn't have got out of it. Because poker players love to gamble, so now that they can add to that gambling by buying into the token. So yeah, I really like it. I hope I'm bullish on it. Yeah, EAC. So I got something special coming up for September. I got it all lined up. 30 days of giveaways. So every day on X, I'm giving away projects tokens. So I'm giving away a bunch of projects tokens. I'm giving away, poker. I'm giving away MKU3. I'm giving away Groctimus. Just the people that that I know and support. So look for those. You got to you got to repost the post and follow the instructions and be in the Discord, the EAC Discord, to win those. But look for those. If it's your project, give it some love, give it a repost, get it out there. It's engagement farming, of course, but it's giving back to the community. There's no purchase necessary to win those prizes. So that's kind of super fun that I got lined up.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Thank you so much, man, for supporting poker and then all those communities I'm pretty much in. So as a holder, I appreciate the support, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just fun to do. Like it's, support those people who support you and support projects that are real builders in the space and give back to the community at the same time and get them interested in maybe picking up a bag too. Yeah, and then other than that, like we're doing the airdrop of the DAO token out to all the people that hold the DAO that is EAC, because it's like an entity that you like, depending on how much DAO token you hold is your voting power. So it's all owned and controlled by DAO members who hold the DAO token. So that's going out at the beginning of the month. And then we're releasing the DApp that allows for you to vote by how much DAO token you hold. So that's been in the works for a bit, and it's super exciting. And then like it's $10 per DAO token. So we're just adding that, and then on just the mint's going well. Like it's chugging along, and the token's going well too. Like it's a nice looking chart where it's sitting at 702 k market cap and 17k liquidity, and it's just I just like it because it's like I don't really get like drama of people dumping it. It's just kind of steady goes up, and because of rewarding people who hold it, like if you hold a liquidity pool position, all you have to do is hold it, and you get an airdrop of EAC every 2 weeks. And most of the people that are getting that airdrop are then putting it back into liquidity. So it's just slowly going up, building up in liquidity and building up in market cap. And as the price of Pol goes up for reasons that I've, mentioned with what Polygon is building with the ag layer connecting all blockchains. And I'm just confident that we could easily do a 10x. So, goals in 3 years, we want to be sitting at like 10 million market cap. And I think that's an achievable goal. I definitely like to set goals and strive for those goals.
Oh, dude, that's super achievable. Especially if Polygon gets a big rotation, you being an early builder, that's going to go a long way for you. So in 30 to 60 seconds, why should everybody go grab some EAC right now?
Because it's a steady token and project that you can get into, you can own, you can help build and grow with it. A 10x is no joke. Not just for those reasons, but we're built for the mass adoption event of gaming, which we're just constantly evolving and just growing and being a part of. No overhead, and it can't fail. So like if you want to get in a project that's fun, that can't fail, that's going to be here long term, multi-cycle, and go do a 10x EAC. Don't think about don't be like, oh, it's not Solana, it's not for me. It's diversify your bags. Get a bag of EAC on Polygon. They're building the ag layer multi-chain connection protocol, and just be a holder of EAC with me.
I am a holder. And I'm super bullish on you, bro. I appreciate you bringing us all the Polygon Alpha. Start sending me some of those spaces. I'll jump in with you and all that good stuff. So I want to learn. I want to get bullish on other ecosystems and get involved. And I forgot we got Timbo here still, man. I got to give Timbo and MKU3 a chance to hit the mic before we wrap up anything today. But Timbo, MKU3. Oh, what's up, EC? Saw you mute.
Yeah, no, I had an announcement to come to that too. I'm officially a 10 million holder of MKU3. So add me to the whale chat, bro.
Super bullish. Get in that whale chat. Get them in there. MKU3, Timbo, y'all around?
Join us tonight as we uncover secret societies, skull and bones, Freemasons, the Illuminati, the powers that be. The one thing I guarantee, if there's women there, it's going to be stressful no matter how secret the society is. But we will look into all this and more tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And I've got you, EAC. Admin chat, here you come.
I love that, bro. I love that intro. Like, yeah, just I can't wait to be like part of that chat, and I got ideas. I'm an idea guy.
Amen, bro. We need you over there. Yeah, my other phone died, and I absolutely love doing that intro. That is the funnest thing I've ever done. I need to come up with like a script, bro, but I'm gonna get it recorded so I don't have to do it like randomly every time.
For sure. And then yeah, like yeah, I got ideas. We'll chop it up on the back end and let Andrew wrap it up.
I got you, bro. Yeah, and Andrew, thank you for letting me come. Sorry, my other phone died, bro, but I made sure to stay logged in. This phone's about to die now too, but yeah, bro, good episode. Congratulations on poker, bro. I see you, and CRE coin. It was good listening to you, bro. Thank you for giving us your time and coming up here and speaking about your project.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that fucking intro, I love it. Untold Mysteries that gave you like a little childhood trauma. It was nice though. Thank you.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm a very, very small holder on your token. Right when I started joining the spaces, somebody came shilled. I looked, as long as it didn't look like a rug, I'd throw small bags at it. But man, I like what you're doing. It's really cool. You know, as far as engagement and stuff, like you're never gonna run out of fucking content, dude. And that's cool. A long time build of a community. You look at what this could be in 3 years, huge. EAC, dude, you remind me a lot like me 10 years ago, dude. Like you got some conviction, dude. Polygon, everything you say, it's not like you have conviction because you were just there and you're part of it, dude. You bring up very valid points, dude. And you know, I'm bullish on Polygon as well. A couple other chains too. I won't start shilling everything, but I just like, I like you, dude. I'm long on you right now. So far, everything I've seen, everything I've heard, I like. So, and thanks again for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. Nice to meet you.
Hey, and you hit the nail on the head, bro, with this conspiracy theory token. We knew it was going to be a long road and, you know, just kind of building from the ground up with a CTO. We found the token dead. Bro, it's a timeless meta, and we always are on spaces. It's like you just said, the art and the topics of conversation is like we could have a space every day for the next year and probably not run out of stuff to talk about, like literally, because it's just there's so many things that can be tied into conspiracy theories, and I believe all of us believe in them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So it gives us a way to stay connected, be connected to a crypto, but not exactly be in there just sweating the market. We get to have free range conversations and get to know each other and learn more about topics of interest that interest all of us in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Totally agree, man. If there's something to absorb, the word lore, you know, conspiracies, definitely that. You know, as long as I've been in crypto, there's always been conspiracies, dude, and like that Anon guy, that Anon token that people have been coming on. You know, some of those guys are OGs, and there's conspiracies. Somebody's talking about why Bitcoin nuked and shit. I have conspiracies on 4chan that talk about, you know, not Sailor or BlackRock, but OG, big whale holders. You know, like I said, when everybody's in the positive, every wallet's in the positive. Like, what better time to do a little flush, you know? And maybe they just take turns. Like, all right, you 100 million, all right, and they probably bet on a golf swing and shit over it. It could really be like that. But I think you were talking about Elon Musk, or not Elon Musk, or who Satoshi could be. I think that was one of your spaces.
Yeah, bro. That one, and then that one mixed with the quantum computing and Bitcoin really threw me for a loop, dude. Like getting into those topics is kind of crazy.
Fun.
It was fun, dude. Like I look forward to these spaces every day, and like tonight's gonna be dope too. That secret societies and stuff is gonna. I mean, everybody rules. Like there's a chess board and a chess game being played. We just don't see the board. So like uncovering and talking about stuff like that's going to be kind of dope.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I
If the
will. I'll be
space
there.
if the space rugs, I know exactly why. Sorry, Elon.
Right. I was like, this guy, I'm like, is gonna take off and you're gonna have to hide. You're gonna be like, what the fuck's this guy doing?
Hey, well, MKU3, give them the 36 to 60 seconds on why they should go grab a bag right now.
Half of the like when you're buying something, half of the token is literally the image, the art, the name of the ticker, and the idea. The other half is the people behind it. We have both. We have solid floor holders. We had a top holder get hacked yesterday, and this morning somebody did an OTC. It's okay. We're still here, still building. We're not going anywhere. But long story short, we got a community. We've got longevity and long-term vision when it comes to this. Come be a part of the family over at MK and DTN.
Yeah, I love the MK and DTN fam. I'm super bullish on you guys, man. I will stay bullish on you guys. I appreciate all you guys joining us today. All the panel, man. You guys brought some fire alpha, some great takes on all the topics and hearing about all the projects which you guys got cooking. It always feels good to get the updates. So thank you guys. We will be back tomorrow, and thank you to the viewers, man. You guys give us the motivation to keep doing this and show up every Monday to Friday. So keep doing this, keep hanging out with us. We'll keep creating content for you guys. But thank you so much, everybody. We are going to wrap this one up. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. But I will be on the MKU3 space later. I know Poker's going to be out shilling some spaces here probably right now. And who knows, maybe I'll stream some poker later, guys. And then we will confirm when we fire some more at the chart here from the poker winnings wallet, everybody. So thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you at the top of the charts. Peace out, guys.